When ODM was firmly in opposition, the current CS Treasury, John Buddy, who's a member of ODM, and was supposedly lent to the government as an expert to help the government run the government efficiently, was very critical of this government. Some time back, I don't remember correctly whether it's 2022 or 2023, they castigated this government and said that education sector is dying as it is because of underfunding. They were so vocal, he was so vocal in particular against this government in matters education. We thought they were the better option. We thought they were the option we should have taken over this government. But happily to say, we never dodged a bullet anyway. We had the same type and cadre of politicians, same monkeys in different forests, but with the same behavior, with the same character traits that would have executed governance in the same exact style. Take a look at it. As it works currently, we have a broad-based government. The very people we thought would have been a better option instead of the current government that we put into power as Kenyans and as voters is in bed with that very regime that is killing us, is in bed with that very regime that is killing education. And now that CS Buddy is now the CS for Treasury in charge of funding and the expert in charge of ensuring that capitation is given to the education sector on time and enough of it to ensure that education advances and it works in the way that it should. Why is he now coming out to declare to us that the government can no longer fund free primary education and fund free secondary education? This tells you they are all the same. Lynn Njiru came on an interview days to the election, I think around 6 days to the election, and he said, do not ever for one moment think that the persons in politics today, in the political arena today, that any of them is different from the other. They are all political cousins. And I dare say, same monkeys in different forests. Same monkeys, different outfits. ODM is as rotten as UDA. That has proven to be true. The opposition is currently constituted with an exception of 1 or 2 people. Is as rotten as this government is. Our solution does not lie in the current politicians we have in the political arena. They are not the solution to our problems. They actually are enablers to our problems. Look at the former deputy president, the impeached deputy president. When he was in government, he was in firm support of police brutality against protesters. When he was impeached and he left power unceremoniously, he is now very vocal against those skills. This tells you they only speak up when they do not have access to power. When the door has been shut in their face from accessing that power and the privileges and the monetary gains that come along with it and the wealth gains that come along with it, they will shout at the loudest. But that does not mean they are our solution. Why is the ODM expert in Treasury not fixing the education sector? He has now reduced the capitation from 22,000 to 16,000 shillings. And this will dwindle. He didn't even mind to allocate money to HELB. The budget for HELB was just not enough. And now HELB cannot even give money to new applicants. It can only continue with the old ones. And even the persons who had approval and were receiving money previously are now even receiving less money. Some of them even applied and were approved for the next disbursement. Some of them as early as last year, and they have not received that disbursement today, at the end of the 7th month of a new year. This government and the political sphere and the political leaders as constituted currently are the very foundation of our problems. And if we want to change the direction of our country, if we want to go anywhere, if we are willing to do things that will help us as Kenyans, we must not cast a single vote in favor of any of the politicians who are in the political arena currently. Be it Kalonzo Musyoka, be it Rigathi Gachagua, be it William Ruto, be it Raila Odinga. They are the very foundation of our problems. I hope now you've seen that even ODM with power is as rotten as UDA with power. And that is my unfiltered insights.